morning, whatever it is, everybody, wherever you are. All right, so in episode...
Welcome to Treasures and Creations and Crystal Guardians with Rodney and Trish.
Thank you. I forgot that. Here we go. I get so focused, people. Anyway, so in episode 7, you got to see this wonderful doctor down in St. George, Utah, who was working with us. We were able to work with Brad and Casey, their Xpnsion network, and we were able to be there for that interview and actually listen to it. And they were willing to let us show you, so that's what episode 7 was, so that all of you out there can realize there's some helpful hints in there how to take care of yourself. And we want you all to take care of yourself. We love you all. We just know that if you work at it, keep your energy up and your frequency up, most likely you're going to make it through this clear. No problem.
And that was information on COVID-19.
Right.
So.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk real quick about something new that we're doing here at the shop. We're going to be doing video appointments. I keep wanting to call them conferences, but it's video appointments, and one of our friends told us that this is working out very well. A lot of you want to be able to stay at home. We've shipped all over the world, seriously, 9 different countries so far, and all over the United States. So we are Treasures and Creations. This show, obviously, Trish told you, is Crystal Guardians, Rodney and Trish. The phone numbers to be able to reach us, the number here at the shop is 801-679-1717. I'm going to go a step further. For those of you that want to make appointments to come to the shop, you can actually contact me on my cell phone. That's 801-309-1384. Hopefully this isn't going to go too much longer, but it looks like maybe another month. So we're going to work with all that, keep everybody safe.
You can also make an appointment for a video appointment by sending a message on Facebook. I'm really good at getting those, much better than my phone. That's why we're not giving you my phone number. But video appointments will probably be with me. You can contact Rodney and we can get it set up. You can message me on Facebook. The shop phone, when we're here limited hours right now. Tuesday and Wednesday from 2 to 5, and Friday and Saturday 3 to 7.
So that's about all that we feel comfortable with at the moment. As we find out more, if there's more people that want to come in, or contact us and you can actually get a private appointment to come in and view what's going on. But what we're finding out, what seems to be working the best, is these video appointments.
Where you can shop from home.
You can be safe at home, and we can go all over the shop and show you what's here, pick up the individual pieces, and really give you a close-up view of what you might be interested in. And so that's kind of where we are there. And I'm going to let Trish get started with today's lesson.
Today's lesson. This is Teacher Trish. Welcome to our show. Okay, today we're going to talk about a couple of both of our favorites, and that's Labradorite and Moonstone. You got the masculine and the feminine there. So I'm going to first start with Labradorite. Many of you know what Labradorite is. It's truly a stone of magic, and Rodney's starting out with a big gun. What we've got is a few little pieces here. This is called a free form. And JC, are you getting the flash on that? You can see one of the things that Labradorite is famous for is that beautiful flash. You can call it a flash, you can call it iridescent, chatoyancy, but a true rock person would call it Labrador essence. So that's beautiful.
It all falls under chatoyancy. That's the big words for it. So here's a couple of what we call gallets. I know you really can't. Probably, I'll see if we can get...
Gallet or galet, it's actually a French word. It basically means palm stone.
These are beautiful. We've got some really nice ones. I think they run about $20 or $25 for the bigger ones, right?
Some, yeah, and some are less. They're
some
varied.
Of the smaller ones are probably a little bit less. One of the things that Trish mentioned was that this is polished, okay? There's also a newer thing that's happening. They call it half and half, where they polish one side of the rock and they leave the rest of the rock natural. so that you can actually see what it looked like. This one shows it better.
Yeah, this one, it's actually smooth. They cut it, but they didn't polish it.
That's more like slab.
This is a polished size. And these are just little slabs, but I'm out of the bigger pieces that are half and half. Here you can see the actual rough stone. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when you look at it, you can see the flash. It's very natural, and it's in there. The polishing brings it out. So let's go for a minute to a little bit about Labrador, why it's called Labradorite. When it was first discovered, it was discovered in Labrador, which is in the eastern Atlantic part of Canada. I printed out a map, and let me make that bigger for you. Never mind, that's not working. Okay, we're spoiled by the age of technology. Yes, I know, I knew that wouldn't work, but how many of you have done that with a piece of paper? Anyway, so Labrador is this green part, and this is Newfoundland, where they've also found Labradorite. This is Canada, this is Quebec. I actually have ancestry here, which is really cool. So I come from the land of the Labradorite, so I guess that makes me a Labradorite, right? So that means I'm highly magical, in my opinion. Okay, so it was first discovered on Paul's Island in Labrador, in northeast Canada, and I'm going to be doing some reading because I pulled out a lot of great information of stuff I didn't know, and some I did. So it's been known by the Inuits who are the native, here they're called Native Americans, but they're the native Indian tribe there. And they've known about it.
Eskimos. Inuits are Eskimos in Alaska.
Right, here they're called Native Americans, but those up there are Indian.
No. The Inuits are only in Alaska, and they're also called Eskimos. They're not Indians.
Okay, the Inuits are in Canada, and they've been native to this area for a millennia, and they were the original discoverers of Labradorite. And more recently, it was found by the Moravian missionaries in the late 18th century. So since then, they found other deposits in Newfoundland, which is that lower part below Labrador here, which is also Canada. And they have found it in Finland. Now, the stuff in Finland has a little different flash, and it's a little different color, and it's called spectrolite, but it is a Labradorite. They've also found it in Russia, the Ukraine, Madagascar, as well as South America. So now they're finding it in many places. Okay, one of the things it's known for are the beautiful colors, or that iridescent look that it has. And generally it's going to be anywhere from a gray-green. I have a piece over here. Let me grab it. This piece is more of the gray, and usually what we're finding is a lot of times, not always, that the gray or blue-gray a lot of times will come out of South America. The stuff from Madagascar seems to have more flash. And it'll have streaks of a peacock blue, a copper, gold, or a light green in it. And now the popular one is purple. Everybody wants purple Labradorite. So because everybody wants it, the price went up. The only difference is it has purple in it. And sometimes it'll have a whole lot of purple and be absolutely beautiful. Okay, there are more rare forms of it, and golden Labradorite, which we do not have any of, it's this beautiful, beautiful champagne golden color. It's a lot more rare. And then the spectrolite, which isn't near as common as the one that I mentioned, was found in Finland during the 1940s. Okay, so how do I identify Labradorite? Well, you can see from here that it looks pretty awesome when you see it. It usually has a dark base color that sets the stone apart from other. It's considered a semi-precious stone, and it's going to reflect the light off of it. It has multicolor streaks inside, and the fractures that are in it reflect the light in a way that they're bounced back, and that's why when you look at it, it looks almost like it's moving. It has to do with the different wavelengths of the light. And at the different varying wavelengths, you'll see the different colors. So if you move a piece, just like I'm moving, you'll see all the different colors in it. And in Labradorite, the fractures are a good thing because it actually brings out more of the color. So on the Mohs scale for hardness, it'll be a 6 to a 6.5. So those of you that want to work with rough Labradorite, that gives you a scale so you know what you can and can't do with it. And also to identify it, sometimes if there is a question, they have different tests they can run on it. They can do x-rays, gravity tests, or various chemical tests. We don't do any of that testing. I don't know how to do any of that other than anti-gravity. I can go, okay, it's not floating, so we're good. That's my gravity test. Okay, now there is some really cool folklore behind Labradorite that I just learned about. This stone has been believed to have magical powers ever since it was first discovered by the Inuits. And so there are some great legends that surround this. So the ancient Inuit legends claim that the rocks along Canada's northeast shoreline contain the northern lights. What it is, they would see the Labradorite and it would be doing all this flashing, so that they thought that it was holding the northern lights in there. So there was an Inuit warrior that put a spear through the rocks to release the light, but he wasn't successful. So it's therefore thought that the iridescent colors within the rocks represent the light that remained trapped in the rock. And one of the other beliefs is that it is actually fire frozen in the stone, because a lot of times in the stone you'll see like a really deep red and some golds. So they believe that it's frozen fire because of that type of iridescence in it. But regardless of the legends, this stone is really beautiful to look at. It's beautiful to wear. It feels really good, and it does have a lot of really good qualities. So, do you have anything you'd like to add? I know you want to show some of your fabulous pieces there.
Just do the properties.
Okay, so the properties of Labradorite. Due to its heavenly appearance and mythical origin stories, the gem is thought by many to have magical powers and healing properties. Okay, people keep this in order to relieve a number of ailments. Labradorite is believed to provide relief from pain. It is explicitly considered to strengthen lungs and combat respiratory illnesses such as asthma and bronchitis. Good stone to have around right now, isn't it? It's also thought to be good for the bones, and a lot of people with arthritis wear the gem to get some relief. It improves blood flow as well as, which is why it's believed to lower blood pressure. Overall, the stone is said to have calming and soothing properties, which make it a widely used stone to gain relief from several medical conditions. Now, we have a young lady that comes in here, and she has been having seizures for some time in her life, and her dad would give her Labradorite. And she would hold that Labradorite, and she would keep it under her pillow, and she has decreased by great lengths the number of seizures that she actually has.
Okay, just so you know, we're not medical doctors, and we're not claiming to be medical doctors. I happen to believe in the stuff my wife is telling you, but the medical profession says that we have to tell you we're not medical doctors, nor are we trained in any way in the medical field. Metaphysical? Yes. Higher consciousness? Oh, hell yes. Okay? But so that these doctors don't freak out when they see this, I get to say that. Okay? I don't want to be messing with doctors. If you need to see a doctor, go see a doctor. Okay? Now then, these two pieces are pretty awesome. They're both carved by a master carver down in Peru. This is it used to be our biggest unicorn, but we introduced a couple of unicorns to you guys a while back that are much larger.
Jake and Rosemary.
Jake and Rosemary were both carved by the same carver that carved these. So we've got this beautiful unicorn here, and it's got some really nice chatoyancy in it. Remember, that's the
eyes are black onyx.
That's the part that shines for you. And then this one is an eagle head. Now you'll notice that it looks different than an American eagle. That is because this is done from the point of view of Incan times, which is Peru. Okay? The Incas were in Peru, and this particular carver likes to have that type of accent, that Incan accent in his carvings. So that's what you see in this beautiful piece of Labradorite that's carved like this. Okay? And then Trish is going to tell you about this next piece as soon as I show it to you. So let me get this out of the way so I can show you.
My anti-gravity test. He's pretty solid. That is a solid piece of rock. It's not something that I would carry around a lot, but they're Absolutely gorgeous pieces, and they're a beautiful accent for any home.
Okay.
And then there's this one.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is what they call a dragon turtle. They're not very common, and a piece of this quality is extremely rare and very hard to find. So what a dragon turtle is, it's a legendary Chinese creature that combines two of the four celestial animals of Chinese mythology. It has the body of a turtle with a dragon's head, and it's promoted as a positive ornament in feng shui, symbolizing courage, determination, fertility, longevity, power, success, and support. So, if you can ever find a really nice Labradorite dragon turtle for your home, I suggest you get it, because they're awesome and hard to come by. And that's a beauty, and that piece may or may not be for sale. It's debatable. I've sold other pieces out from underneath them. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about how they get Labradorite out of the ground. It's usually found near the surface, and it's mined using an open pit method, where layers of rock are removed gradually till they find the beautiful Labradorite underneath. They use large drills to detect the presence of the pathway before they use an excavator. So they're not just going to go in and tear up
Is
land.
this one showing up, JC?
That's
Okay.
a beauty. That's a gorgeous heart. I mean, don't we all want a magical heart? That's a beautiful. The way these are extracted is we're pulling them from one table to the other. Okay, the deeper deposits of Labradorite, they use a more traditional deep mining approach. They use deep vertical or horizontal trenches, and they use that to access the deposits and transport the rocks to the surface. It's a lot more dangerous, and it does involve the use of explosives. So all of this information is available online. There's nothing to hide. So
I thought we were being told that
that's
where we're
how they
getting
mine
ours,
it.
they're not using explosives.
Where we get ours, they're not using explosives.
Well, let's be clear
Some
about
of-
that.
Okay, so thank you for the clarity. These are just different ways that it is actually mined.
We're
So
being
different
promised
places-
by the place we get it that they're not using dynamite. They're not blowing the crap out of the earth. They're not doing it.
No, they're doing more of the surface mining. And there's still a lot of it that's mined every year. And of course, some of the best places to find it, other than our shop, would be Denver, the big Denver show in September, Quartzsite in January, or Tucson in February. And that's if you're going to buy like massive bulk quantities of it. But if you're looking for really great quality pieces for your home, your pocket, your altar, your shelf, your bedside, we got that. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to Moonstone. For a long time, I even thought that Moonstone was actually Labradorite. It kind of is and it kind of isn't, because they're both a feldspar, but they're different. So Moonstone, here we go with some geology stuff, so I have to read it. It's a sodium, potassium, aluminum silicate of the feldspar group that displays a pearly and opalescent schiller. And I had to look up schiller. I thought I knew what it meant. Schiller is that shine. An alternative name for it is hecatolite. Now, if I didn't pronounce that right, just giggle. You don't have to correct me.
Jason,
I'm okay
can you
with
see
that.
this? The Chatoyan
This
seeing
is black
stone?
moonstone, and this is, oh my gosh, it's a fabulous sphere. The most common moonstone is of the orthoclase feldspar mineral Adularia, which is named for an early mining site near Mount Adular in Switzerland, near the town of St. Gothard. And now, I'm not Swiss, I don't know how to pronounce these things. So there's a lot more on that, but most of us can look that up because that's not my forte. But I like to put that out there because I know for some of you, you get all of that geologic, and it's really good information. So I can tell you that I know that these are a feldspar. Okay, how is Moonstone formed? Okay, so it comes together with two feldspar minerals, orthoclase and albite, and it will come together and they're intermingled. Then as newly formed minerals cool, the intergrown orthoclase and albite separate into stacked alternating layers. So the moonstone is actually all these layers stacked up. And what's really cool about the black moonstone is the pink veins that run through it. They're pink or peach. So this is like a giant piece of the vein. This is the peach moonstone. Moonstone will come in a variety of colors. There's different types of it. There's blue moonstone, which is transparent and crystal clear. I've never seen that, but I'm going to find it. Rainbow moonstone, and I have some great little pieces here. This is rainbow moonstone, and JC will get some better pictures. Rainbow moonstone, my ring is actually rainbow moonstone, but when they use it for jewelry, the black in it is actually little bits of black tourmaline. Tourmaline? Kind of like tenderloin, but tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Yes, that's it. It's not tenderloin after all. But it's actually black tourmaline in it. And what you look for in rainbow moonstone, a lot of times it'll have a really beautiful blue flash. And you'll find that in your moonstone jewelry. It has a beautiful blue flash. And that's something that they look for in that. Then you have this moonstone here, which is from India. And it's kind of an off-white. And they'll make a lot of jewelry out of that. It's also very, very pretty. And in this bowl, I have, and JC will get some more pictures, so we have more pictures for you. This is just different variations of moonstone. It actually came out of Africa, but several different colors. There's peach, there's kind of a tan, a gray. There's almost, this one almost looks more like a Labradorite. It's a blue-gray. But these are actually moonstone, and this is peach moonstone. And peach moonstone can look like this, or it can look like this. So, and then I have two of these. These are actually the black moonstone, and you can see the peach. This one has a lot of the peach veining that goes through it. So these are beautiful pieces. And these are those galets, or palm stones. So the dark color of the moonstone, it comes out of Madagascar, the black moonstone. And that's probably pretty much, as far as I can tell, that I've read, it's the only place that that black moonstone comes from. And people like it. That metaphysically, it's very grounding. I always call it the grounded goddess stone. People like it because it's grounding. It tunes in with feminine energy. It's very calming. It's a very peaceful stone. They also list Amazonite as a moonstone, but I don't know that much about it, so I get to do further research on that. Okay, so moonstone is like Labradorite, and they kind of get it out of the ground the same way. And like I said, we have the rainbow moonstone. There's a lot of the moonstones come from India. The peach moonstone comes from Madagascar as well. There's also what they call a pink, and it'll be more pink than this. So there are different types of moonstone. Okay, and from the earliest times, peach moonstone has been a tangible connection with the magic of the moon. Its meaning, a protective amulet for travelers, a gift from passionate lovers, a channel for prophecy, and a path to wisdom. Our ties with the moon are strong. As it grows and decreases in cyclic perfection, it creates the tides and rhythms of our mother, the earth, and influences our behaviors, emotions, and spiritual growth. The moonstone calms and animates, and it teaches us the natural rhythms of life. So peach moonstone is really good for both men and women to carry. It's really good for men to put in their pocket, because when you tune into moon energy, you're tuning into the divine feminine. And a lot of times we get out of balance with more of one energy than the other. So it's good for both. It's really a great stone to carry to keep a balance. It also supports the heart, and it also stimulates the mind. It relieves worry or anxiety. So right now, during these uncertain times, peach moonstone would be a great stone to put on your nightstand, maybe under your pillow, put it in your pocket, on your altar, however it works for you. It's going to bring out the best in people. And it also has a very loving energy that promotes the divine in all situations, and is emotional support for intuitive and sensitive children. So if you have a child that is an empath or very intuitive, and you find sometimes they struggle with things, because we all do, all of us that are empaths or intuitives or both, peach moonstone is a good one to keep things in balance. It's also meant hope for ancient man. Due to the lifting quality, it was a popular talisman or amulet to enhance the personality. And legend has it that it was a traveler's stone. It especially protects those who travel at night or on the water when the moon shines. Frequent frequent travelers should have one in the glove compartment to drive safely at night and as a protection against driving fury. I have a new stone for the big red truck. I find that it would do us all well to put this in our glove compartment. Okay, so you've had a little bit about Moonstone, a little bit about Labradorite. Rodney has a few other things he'd like to show you. So I will now turn the time over to Rodney for his show and tell. He's got some beauties. Oh, raffle reminder. Yes.
Okay, so
Let me get out of the way.
the raffle is still going on. Obviously, this event caught everybody by surprise. Nobody expected this virus to come around. So what we've done is we've extended, and it looks like, because I just saw something, that New York is putting things out until the 15th of May. I was going to put the drawing at the end of the month, but if the shop isn't open, we're going to push it out a little bit further. So just so you know, the raffle tickets are $5 per ticket. Buy 10, get 1 free, and this has a retail value of $12.95, meaning $1,295. Okay, so this is a totally
And it looks
awesome.
like Africa. I got it right this time, not Texas.
Yes.
See?
Thank you.
I remembered.
Anyway, this is rose amethyst. This is not just regular rose quartz. This is rose amethyst. It's something that's only been discovered about 2 years ago. And so for the last
From the Rio Grande do Sul mine in Brazil.
Correct. Okay, so this is still going on. You can contact us, and we can take photos of your tickets for you, write your name on them.
We can do Venmo, we can do card by phone. Just shoot us a holler, and we'll figure out what works for you so that you can get raffle tickets.
Okay.
Okay, now, next. Oh, this is
So
exciting.
we have this wonderful artist friend, Renee. Renee does.
This is her artwork. We have a lot of her artwork in the shop.
So
This
what
is
we're.
also her artwork.
This happens to be my drum. Okay. This is a buffalo hide drum. Okay. And so the first thing you do is put that together. And then what we're going to do here in the shop, and Trish has one over here that you can grab. Her Trish's that we have right now has not been painted on. She and Renee are discussing.
It's a secret. You'll see it when it's done.
They're discussing.
This is the before. Next episode, you'll see the after.
So the reason that we're showing you this is our shop has a whole lot of stuff. We have a whole lot of rocks and crystals. We probably have one of the largest selections in the state of Utah. Okay? And we go out of our way. The name Treasures and Creations is we go treasure hunting so you can take one home. Now, the reason I'm showing you the drum, because obviously it's not a rock or a crystal, is we are going to start having drums in our shop. We're going to have, you'll be able to choose in the beginning, elk, which is the one Trish showed you. And eventually we'll get into the buffalo as well. I like the tone of those two hides. They sound really good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make some of these, and you can actually contact us for the size and the cost, and then we can make the drum, and we'll let you talk directly to the artist. You can send her picture. This girl, Renee, is totally awesome. Look at my drum. Can you believe how awesome this drum really is? Okay? All right. So now, I want.
Do I get to make a grand exit?
Okay. So here's the big thing. We know that there's a lot of you out there right now that are sitting at home wanting to know what to do. Some of you are experiencing anxiety, stress, different things in your life. Please contact us. I realize that medically speaking, the medical profession might not agree with me, and that's fine. They get to think whatever they want. I don't have anything to do with big pharmacies or big pharma. We don't have anything to do with that. We're not trying to sell you a whole bunch of drugs that you have to take for the rest of your life, okay? However, when you do purchase these stones, there's those of us that believe that the energy in these stones can work with you to achieve different goals, okay? So you can contact us. You can contact us through Trish uses Instagram and Facebook. You can go, and we're going to be putting our stuff back on Etsy again. And so the Etsy account is capital TNC Treasures LLC. That's our Etsy account. The Instagram is treasures with an S _ and then an N _ and then creations. And then our Facebook.
We'll have JC take a picture of our business card. That way it'll be posted on there so you can see the sites.
So the whole idea here is to contact us. We ship, and it comes. It's already insured, so you don't have to worry about it. We haven't had any difficulties up to this point, and I don't expect to have any. And when you look at the beauty of some of these pieces, we really go out of our way to find pieces that maybe the average company doesn't have. I do my best. So does my wife. She's got an eye for pieces. She looks at things different than I do. And between the two of us, we have one heck of a selection here. And, the artwork on the walls, most of it's for sale. Some of it I own, and I don't plan on selling mine, but you can always get copies of mine. I'm sure prints. There we go, prints. And I'm sure that Renee would be more than willing to handle that as well. So I don't know if there's really anything else. Yes, there is. Okay, one more time. We're located, Treasures and Creations is located at 3419 South State Street in South Salt Lake, Utah, 84115. The phone number here is 801-679-1717. Now, we're not open a lot of hours right now. You can leave a message. Or contact us through any of these other methods, including my cell phone, 801-309-1384. Trish doesn't want to give hers out because everybody will call her. Very few of you will call me, but that's okay.
Well, I don't have my ringer on half the time. So.
Yeah, I always have my ringer on. She drives me crazy.
I'm really good at Facebook messaging. I'm really good at that.
I'm better at ring my phone, okay? So that's why the two of us work so well together. It's always something different. We do have, my gosh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But
to be continued. We are complete with our Moonstone and Labradorite.
Yes.
And we will save other goodies. We don't know where we'll go next. It's always a surprise for us as it is for you. So stay tuned and watch for the next surprising episode.
Contact us for your wishes and let's see if we can take care of them for you.
And a reminder that we are going to be doing video appointments, and that works by we get on the phone with you, one of us, and we do a FaceTime and literally walk through the store. You let us know what you're looking for. We show you the different stones, and then we go there. You either find something you like or you don't, however it works for you. So just let us know. Give us a holla.
Now, if you are close enough to set an appointment to come into the shop, you can do that. And obviously, when this is all over, we'll open the shop back up for walk-ins as well. Right now, for the safety of those that do come for the appointments, we keep it down to just one or two, or we always stay under 10.
We stay under 10 people in the shop. The shop is big enough that way we can keep the conscious distancing requirement. And also, yeah, we're good.
Most of the time,
we want you to be safe, and we want you to feel comfortable when you're making a purchase. So it is however it works for you. Just let us know what we can do to assist you.
We love you all. Be safe, be smart, and you'll be able to be around for a long time to come.
And thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Y'all take care.